Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my and your AWA save. It's Saturday night, the first week in December of 1987, and the AWA is cruising to Denver, Colorado. So we're going to go ahead and set Mid-South, and let's look up. I think we've been running the ODEUM in Denver, but let's see what works out best for us. See if there isn't any different venues that'd work for us. We're expecting 7,500, so we'll set this for 9. And 5 and 9 is what we'll go with. So there we go. Here's Colorado. Yeah, the ODEUM is 6,500. The ODEUM is perfect. We're going to go ahead and stick with the ODEUM. Let's take a look at our other usual issues. Backstage incidents. Alan West and Bockwinkel. Uh-oh. Alan West had to buy a crate of beer for everybody. What exactly a crate of beer is, I'm not certain, but it can't be cheap. And, luckily for Alan West, they're not in Canada, because Canadian beer is even far more expensive than American beer. All right, the only person out here is Kevin Kelly, out with his injury. We're looking forward to having him back, especially after losing Buddy Rose here coming up. Kevin Kelly could perhaps team with Doug Summers. We'll see. Let's run down the card. Tonight in Denver, Colorado, Vivian St. John is going to battle Candi Devine in our opener. The Top Guns are going to meet Bad Company. Wendi Richter is going to challenge Sherri Martel for the World Women's title. The Terrorist is going to meet Baron von Raschke. Greg Wojokowski is going to battle Wahoo McDaniel. Billy Robinson is going to have a technical masterclass with Greg Gagne. Bobby Duncum is going to meet Jerry Lawler in our semi-main. And in the main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the AWA World Tag Team title, it's going to be Buddy Rose and Doug Summers, and they're going to face the reigning and defending champions, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, the Midnight Rockers. Let's get to booking. All right, our opener is St. John and Devine. And we'll go ahead, and once we get them plugged in here, we will take a look and see if anybody is getting the edge. And we'll keep this one even. Candi Devine's got very hot momentum. Good for her. All right, Vivian St. John won the last time. So, Candi Devine is going to win this time. Candi Devine is signed to a bunch of other promotions, and she's getting some work in. Candi Devine was a very good ladies wrestler. As we said, she recently passed away. God rest her soul. The Top Guns are going to face Bad Company here. All right, there's the Top Guns. There's Bad Company. This one will probably get an abysmal rating, but we're used to that by now. So it looks like the last time Bad Company won. So the Top Guns are going to get the win here. We'll give it to John Paul. All right, that match is booked. Next, we got Wendi Richter and Sherri Martel, and these two ladies always put on a really good match. Of course, we remember the drama regarding the women's title with these two. But Sherri Martel now has settled things down and held on to the title here for just over 2 months. I can't remember who won the last time these two met. Wendi Richter did, so we're going to have Sherri Martel go over by cheating. And we'll make sure to put her title on the line here. And that match is booked. Next, we have the Terrorist, and remember, it's the new Terrorist, Stormy Granzig. Jack Victory is gone versus Baron von Raschke. And this one is going 12 or 14, I can't remember. We'll have to cut back and check. It goes 14. We're up to 14 here. We'll leave this one open-ended just on the strange chance that the Terrorist might win. But I highly doubt it, especially in the Mid-South. And that one is booked. Next, we have Wojokowski, who has been impressing the hell out of me against Wahoo McDaniel. And Wojokowski, we put him with Don Carson, and it has been a hit. Notice again how I said Wahoo McDaniel. There is no S at the end of McDaniel, Greg Gagne. There is no S. There it is. There's Wojokowski. And here is Wahoo. Plug those two in. I think Wojokowski won the last one. He did. So we have to have Wahoo McDaniel go over here, but we don't want to break Wojokowski's back. So we're going to have McDaniel win by DQ. All right, so that one is booked up. Next, we have Robinson and Gagne. They're going to go 16, Technical Masterclass. And I believe Robinson is due for the win here. But we'll double check when we get to it. So all of you that are watching this, a lot of you play the Supermod version 7.0. How are your saves going? We have some people sharing on the Supermod Facebook page, which is pretty cool. Join us if you haven't already. Let us know how things are going for you. Back to the game here. Billy Robinson got the win the last time, so Greg Gagne is going to get the win this time. And now we have Bobby Duncum versus Jerry Lawler. And Lawler is going to get the win here because Bobby Duncum got the win the last time. That was the first match that Jerry Lawler has lost with us in the AWA. So once again, Lawler gets the win here. Semi-main, 18-minute bout. These two have been putting on some good matches. Their feud has been fun. And in our main event here, we're going to have it go the full 30. We're going to have Rose and Summers versus those Midnight Rockers. I watched this one show on YouTube that's Marty Jannetty hosts. It's called Party with Marty. Man, it's bad. He's he's all over the place. But he always introduces himself as, it's that rocker, Marty Jannetty. So that's where I said it's those rockers. The Midnight Rockers. Marty Jannetty still looks great for his age. He's got to be in his early 60s now. Because he was about 5 years older than Shawn Michaels. And he looks terrific. Apparently he's got a lot of physical problems, got a banged up ankle and all that. But the guy does look great. Cognitively, I don't know how much he's still there. But physically, he looks great. All right, Marty Jannetty, Party with Marty, is going to get the win here. And this concludes the booking of this card. We're at 2 hours and 22 minutes, the usual for us. And we're rocking the ODEUM here in Denver. Let's go ahead and start the show. The show has started. Candi Devine gets the win just as we planned. And notice how these ladies do not have the red text of doom. Excellent. There's the red text of doom with the Top Guns versus Bad Company. We get a 29 here for this bout, as we expect. 4 young guys just getting rolling here. So Pat Tanaka is by far the best athlete in the ring. Although Paul Diamond was no slouch. The Top Guns looked like $1 million, wrestled like $500. But that's neither here nor there. So Top Guns get the win with the drop kick. And we're moving right along here. Sherri Martel gets defense number 11 of the women's title. These ladies scored a 68 in the Mid-South. Terrific. Terrific score. And there's no takeaways here. So that's an excellent match. Excellent ladies match. All right. Baron von Raschke gets the win here with the Brain Claw. This one only scores a 58. Von Raschke's popularity is a little disappointing in the Mid-South. We're going to have to take a look into that because Baron von Raschke was over in the Mid-South. We have to make an adjustment to that. You may call it cheating. I call it being historically accurate. We're rolling here. Wojokowski versus Wahoo McDaniel. Of course, Wahoo gets the win by DQ. And we need to check Wahoo's popularity in the Mid-South. That's a little disappointing also. And Wahoo gets the win by disqualification. Again, this should not hurt Wojokowski. There's no takeaways here in this match besides inconsistency and declining physical ability. And Wojokowski was a nice pickup here. All right, Robinson and Gagne score an 82. Excellent. Excellent. Robinson's penalized for declining physical ability as expected, but both these men put on one heck of a match here. Greg Gagne gets the win against his dad's old nemesis, Billy Robinson. All right, Lawler and Duncum only get a 78. I don't know how in the hell they only got a 78. Duncum scores a 78, Lawler scores a 92, and they only get a 78. That's just some straight up TEW bullshit. We have no takeaways here, absolutely zero takeaways. There is no explanation whatsoever of why this match would only get a 78 based off a 92 and 78. But unfortunately, we are starting to get used to this kind of screwing in the TEW. So let's continue on to our main event and see if they stick the screws to us in that one too. And they do not. They most definitely do not. This match scores a 95. Terrific, terrific score. Well done. There's probably some takeaways here for inexperience. There is, but that's about it. And we are going to miss Buddy Rose when he goes because he is a good tag team with Doug Summers, and they put on great matches with the Midnight Rockers. So we know who. We get a popularity gain, 88 overall for that show. Terrific. So we are going to give Buddy Rose some props here. We're going to compliment him on a good performance. Now we're going to compliment him on a great performance. And we're going to compliment Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Marty Jannetty on a good performance. And Shawn Michaels on a great performance. Solid card here. Buddy Rose is pleased. Marty Jannetty's pleased. And Shawn Michaels is pleased. All right, let's go ahead and adjust our spreadsheet. Otherwise, I'll forget and I'll book the wrong show again, as you all know. That's how it goes. All right, we got that up to snuff. We also, early next week, got some spot shows coming up. I did some research. We're going to do a show at Rawlings, Wyoming, which is halfway between Denver and Salt Lake City. And we're also going to do a show at Highland High School in Salt Lake City. So we got 2 spot shows coming up. We're going to try to make some money for the athletic departments for both of these schools. And it's going to be exciting next week to have 2 spot shows. All right. We got a lot of action going on here. Wild West is still in business, surprisingly. In real life, it had already been closed down at this point. Dutch Mantel has been offered a extension. What is this? Kendall Windham and Rufus R. Jones have won the U.S. Tag Team title. Oh, just awful. Awful stuff. It's so awful, I don't even want to read it anymore. I just want to focus on my own promotion. Oh, is it terrible? We got some incoming mail here. Let's take a look. We've got a 2.33 rating, over 1.7 million viewers for Championship Wrestling on ESPN. Excellent. Excellent. We are doing well. The AWA is booming here, my friends. Oh, Windy City ran a show. Mad Max and Steve Regal are the Windy City Tag Team Champions. The Texas Hangman beat Ron Powers and Hurricane Smith. Ron Powers was the man. I really liked this guy. I thought he was terrific. Debbie Combs over Shirley Black. She retains the ladies' title. This is a nice little card here for Windy City. Well done. They got a team called Team Life, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see if there's anything else that strikes our fancy here. ICW ran probably an awful card. That's not too bad at all here. This is another promotion that had some pretty big names here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Saturday night's main event. Ted DiBiase and the Dream Team against Billy Jack Haynes and the Killer Bees. Ricky Steamboat over Spivey. Koloff over Butch Reed. There was actually a promo with Hogan. Randy Savage over Enhancement. Hercules over Enhancement. That's not a half bad Saturday night's main event. We've seen a lot worse from the WWF. All right, WWF on Prism. Steamboat over Butch Reed. And some mixing and matchers with Enhancement talents with the Killer Bees and the Rougeau brothers. I know I've mentioned them before, but I really think the world of Rougeau brothers. I hated them when I was a kid. I mean, hated them. Like, they would make me so mad, I didn't even want to watch them. And then I get older now, and I watch their matches, and man, were they good. They were good as baby faces. And then when they made that heel turn and they got with Jimmy Hart, they were just obnoxious. They were a good team, technically sound in the ring. They were also a brother team. That always seems to make a big difference. All right, look at this craptastic card. Rick Rude over Ken Patera. King Kong Bundy over SD Jones in a cage match. Yeah, that's really gonna happen. Honky Tonk Man over Lanny Poffo in a cage match. I can't look at this anymore, folks. It is so awful. All right, the New Japan Cup is still going on. What do we got going on here in World Championship Wrestling? Dusty Rhodes defends the U.S. Heavyweight title. Of course, we saw Wyndham and Jones win the U.S. Tag titles. Awful. The Road Warriors over the Kansas Jayhawks. And who is Nightmare Freddy? It's Doug Gilbert. Nightmare Freddy. Oh my goodness. The stealing of movies back then to try to get an edge. Good stuff. Good stuff. Blanchard and Anderson getting a brawl with the Rock and Roll Express. Very nice. All right, folks. I think that's going to do it for us. We're going to be back in action tomorrow with our tour date in Salt Lake City. So I hope you are ready. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and give us a like and share our video with your friends. We talked about it earlier. We're going to talk about it again. Facebook.com/group/1987Supermod. Join us and talk about your saves and what you have going. And last but definitely not least, if you do not have version 7.0 yet and you would like it, please go to braddrake.net, drop me a line, and I will be more than happy to send you the Google Drive link to the database and picture pack. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.